Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bobble Pod with me, Mr. Bobble. And on today's episode, I'm going to be giving Mr. Bobble's digital marketing trends for 2024, the one you've been waiting for. I like doing this every year, this time of year, end of January. Let us settle down into the new year a little before giving my insights on what we're going to do. But before I begin, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, hello, YouTube. Don't forget to click on the bell notification for our weekly episodes. So 2024, my digital marketing predictions. Now, last year, if anybody watched this and listened to this last year, I gave 8 predictions, of which 5 actually came true. I did well. We did a roundup of my digital trends in November on an episode. This year, I'm only going to share 6 key digital trends. Mainly because if I get 5 right again, my accuracy as a percentage increases. But it's only going to be 6. But the first 3 I'm going to go through are the most important ones that I want you to focus on. So with that being said, let's dive straight in. So what is my number 1 digital marketing trend for digital marketing 2024? I'm looking at you, Callum, here. Come on. Have a guess. What do you think I'm going to talk about?
I'm going to go with my hunch, which is AI.
Oh, he nailed it. He nailed it. He nailed it. He knows me too well. No, he knows me too well. AI-led digital marketing insights. So not AI-led digital marketing activity, AI digital-led marketing insights. Why do I say this? It's obvious. Yes, AI. It's not really caught up with digital marketing as a whole yet. The focus needs to be, as I've said before, moving from data insights to executions a lot more quicker. That is the whole purpose of AI. I've done this about our supercharging your SEO with AI tools, podcasts and talk and seminar marketing showcases. The advantage is going to be where businesses and agencies can analyze data and trends quicker, and AI is going to support that. It means testing and execution of campaigns based on strategy and data-led insights, but doing it a lot more quicker, which means you're going to have the advantage of insights and learnings. Think of it as a Formula One car. You're a Formula One car, and your AI is going to help you develop that car throughout the course of the year to get a competitive advantage over every other Formula One car. Formula One car and teams, they constantly develop, and the edge comes with who can develop quicker, who can test different parts of the car quicker, but that's a time-consuming element. Now, in digital marketing, the data is there in numbers and figures, so you can use AI to have a look at that data a lot quicker. We at Bobble Digital will be launching our own AI called Bobble AI. And this is going to support our marketing insights platform, which I've mentioned a few times on our podcast. I say we as an agency are ahead of the curve on this one. What it means is our digital marketing performance across key channels like social and Google will improve, but by how much, only time will tell based on the level of insights AI can give us. As I said, the companies investing and agencies investing in AI this year will be ahead of the curve and lead the way with performance marketing in the long-term future. Yeah, there's a trend coming. There's a change incoming. In terms of insights and reporting, probably even about, Josh, you remember this. Remember we worked at Intermarketing, how long was that? 6-7 years ago?
Yeah, around 7 years ago.
Yeah, 7-8 years ago, something like that. The reporting I used to do then was so manual. It was all on Excel sheets, data imports from Google Ads platforms, Meta, creating pivot charts in Excel sheets. Didn't really have the budgets to invest into a big platform, which would be very expensive and costly to automate it. We had to create our own APIs and insights, create custom graphs, which would then come from specific data. And the Excel sheets were large and high, had like gigabytes of data and took ages to load. Then we had to compress them and just give certain elements. That was just for the data. Then we had to do the analysis and the reporting, which was creating custom graphs and charts to say, here's what's working, here's what's not working, here's what it means. The amount of time that took too much time. That's why we always working super 12 hours a day sometimes. But now with AI and what we're doing with our Bobble Insights platform is it's automating and streamlining that process, which means we can see the data and insights a lot quicker and move to execution. Data, insights to execution. That is the focus of AI and how you should be using AI towards your digital marketing. So, first trend, and we'll be leading the way on this one throughout 2024 and be really homing in 2025, is AI-led digital marketing insights. My second trend is social media overtaking search ads. So search-based social advertising. Now, let's be honest, Google is like that one family member you don't really like, but you have to like because they've been made the executor of the family trust. So you kind of have to play along, even though you don't kind of want to play along. Google's automation is letting it down. Social media's taken over because it's offering what I call better search results. And you're probably thinking, well, what the hell do you mean by that? So let's take TikTok as a platform. They have targeting set up at keyword search filter, which so research shows that a lot of keyword trends and hashtags that users are using and what kind of content they're looking for, you can place with the right ad, creative format, and message to drive higher revenue and better performance because consumers are more engaged in that short form content. So if they're looking for a particular type of brand name, trend, or something, a keyword, so if they're looking for, let's say, aesthetics. So we've literally just launched one of our clients, the aesthetics doctor, to do more search-based ads across it for people looking for certain types of treatments or feedback or reviews or like aesthetics treatment, targeting those specific keywords within TikTok to see what kind of growth or revenue or increased inquiries we can drive from that platform. It's still early days, but it's working really, really well. I have another agency that does a video agency just doing search TikTok ads. And they did it for themselves as a video agency and they achieved 60 leads in a month. Now, how much of them are qualified is still yet to be determined, but the initial data shows that search through social media is becoming highly more effective than direct search on Google because Google's automation with the PMax campaign and everything you're doing, stop doing it. You're ruining your platform. You're wanting everyone to automate it. But agencies like us that focus on the data and insights, which you're not giving a lot of, means that Google ad spend is going to reduce and social media ad spend. And I mentioned this in my last podcast about, the retail roundup of 2023 and how a lot more retailers are going to be looking at live video content on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, platforms like that. They're going to really see a huge resurgence in ad spend because it's trying to attract your ideal customer's attention and engagement. And the best way to do that sometimes isn't by what they're searching for, but also what they're viewing and the content they're viewing. How do you encourage someone to buy something they don't know they need? Because marketing to some degrees, what we do is we make you buy things sometimes you don't necessarily need or want, but you've shown some interest in it. So we're encouraging to take a further step and getting more involved in it and actually making a purchase in that industry or sector. So social media overtaking search ads, that's trend number 2. Number 3, I say AI content is dead, long live content. Could have made a podcast episode with that title. So AI content is dead, long live content. Why do I say that? Well, Google opened up Pandora's box at Brighton SEO by stating and saying that providing everything else in terms of SEO basics and SEO elements are in place, such as speed, schema markup, optimizations, URL formatting, etc., that AI written content can outrank human written content within the algorithm. I expect a reversal of this. Google have shot themselves in the foot by mentioning that. My head of SEO is the one that came back and said, "Did you hear what Google said?" And I was like, "No, I wasn't there. I sent you." And she came back and said, "This is it." And they're shooting themselves in the foot and it's bad. And I was shocked that they even said that. So it's basically saying if all your other basic SEO elements are in place, AI written content can outrank human written content. However, I have some data to suggest otherwise. So human written content will outperform AI written content 94.12% of the time. So human written content outranked AI generated content in 2023 94% of the time. I got that data from Neil Patel. Anyone knows Neil Patel? He gave these kind of insights on AI written content versus human written content on 2023. And it was really an interesting read. So I recommend you read that. So human written content is going to make a comeback in 2024. ChatGPT is great. SEO, AI tools are great, but it's machine learning. And machines can't understand human behavior or emotions. A code can't understand that. How do you understand the pain points or the topics of level of interest, the keywords? It's not. There's a human element to content that has to be created and think beyond the box that a bot just can't do. And if you focus on AI written content and continue to, it's going to cost you more in the long term. I suggest you start pivoting and start introducing more human written content. We've always remained with human written content. If you listen to my Supercharge Your SEO with AI tools chat, you hear how I say use these tools to, like I said, move from data to insights to execution a lot more quicker to help you take over a lot of the mundane stuff like topic research and elements like that, but not write the content for you. That still needs a human touch. So that is one of my key trends that I'm going to see, especially on the SEO side of things in 2024. So trend number 4 of 6, short form content will be what I call digitally universal. Now, what do I mean by that? So short form content isn't just short videos. It's shorter podcasts, it's shorter website copy, it's shorter post copy on ads. I call it the TikTokification, if I'm saying it right, TikTokification, that's what we'll call it, of content. Why? Because we spend so much time on TikTok. Why? Because the ads are what? Well, the content's what? 15, 20 seconds, if that. We all want content. We want it instantly. We want it in short, digestible chunks. The average user spends 95 minutes a day consuming short form content. 95 minutes, only an hour and a half, 1 hour and 35 minutes. It's not a long time. And in that time, they're going to be exposed to so much short form content in so many different ways. How are you going to penetrate your message or your product or your service in that time frame when you've only got some time? So it's going to be a lot more what I call TikTokification. Short form content is going to be digitally universal. So like I said, it's not just going to be short form videos. It's going to be short podcasts. And we're part of our strategy, and everyone knows, and I mentioned this last podcast, is we're re-strategizing it. I'm going to go with short podcasts. Right now we do 20, 25 minutes. I'm going to try and keep it to 15, but more, and do more snippets and more short form content in terms of the highlights, what we're doing. So that's part of our strategy. So I'm saying it because I'm doing it this year. So I'm advising you do the same thing. But also, it's going to be the same with analysis and reporting. Not even just, the content you give internally as a company on your digital marketing activity is going to be snapshot views. Get me the main information I need to see quickly so I can see it. They're not going to want to go through so much detail. They don't have the time. They want a summary of what are the key highlights of this report or analysis report. Give me the main information first that I need to digest. When I've only got 5 minutes to read a 30-minute report, I want the 5-minute summary overview. So remember, instant, quick, digestible data, instant, quick, digestible content. It's going to become more what I call digitally universal, not just focused on video. Number 5 out of 6, interactive marketing. So I've spoken about the popularity and success of what I call gamification marketing for engagement. But I do expect to see a trend throughout this year in terms of businesses taking more of a further step into more immersive and interactive experiences into ads and campaigns. What do I mean by that? Is we're talking interactive videos, polls and quizzes through ads or stories, calculators and other tools of, let's say, mortgages calculator, debt recovery calculator, quote calculators, tool generators, price builders, all these kind of like elements to kind of focus on within ads, within platforms, and gamification will work quite better, because it's not just a case of getting someone's attention anymore, it's getting them engaged, because the better the engagement, the better the likelihood of a conversion, and tracking that data and keeping them informed. So as ads get users interacting with the brand, products or services need to capture their attention a lot more throughout the year with their ads. And engagement as competition from other channels will be rife. Your competitors will be looking to, innovate and create new ways to engage with brands, and interactive marketing will be the way to do that. So standing out will mean having the edge with your ads, and the only way to do that is to make your ads and your marketing activity much more interactive. Now, that can be done in ads, but remember, it can also be done on the website. You can make your website more interactive with like a game or a process or something. I'm not saying you have to do that, but you could have a video that's a lot more interactive as well, instead of just having a chat bot. So a video that explains the products and lets people decide the next step they're going to take in terms of what they want to learn based on what they've done. The possibilities are endless, but you have to innovate. You have to test and come up with ideas and look at what drives good engagement overall. And then my final trend, 6 out of 6 for 2024. Do you want to take a stab? We're going to have a guess. You guessed my first one, Callum.
Now, so you've done AI. I would say it's got to be something around voice activation, maybe? No.
What's one big thing that's happening this year?
Well, there's the Euros that are coming in the summer.
He always goes football. No, it's the removal of third-party tracking. So cookieless environment. We're doing a podcast about this, but trend number 6 is first-party data takes the lead. So your first-party data is going to be a lot more valuable to you than your third-party data. Now, don't worry for now what will happen to cookies. Cookies will still exist, but a lot of the data is going to be hashed, and it's up to platforms like Google and Meta to identify what the next process is. And Google and Meta haven't come out with what the next step is for third-party and cookie-free tracking. So there's nothing we can tell you or give you, and I mentioned this on your podcast, there's still no real update on that. I subscribe to a platform called Analytics Mania, and I was reading a newsletter from them where they talked about the cookie-free world and everyone panicking. It's like, there's nothing to panic about. Not until Google and Meta say this is what we're going to do. There's nothing you can do. However, what you can do is focus on your first-party data. So first-party data is going to become increasingly important as more stricter privacy regulations in the EU and UK evolve. Now, while this data provides an alternative to cookies, and activation that marketers should be tapping into is personalization capabilities of that data, segmenting that data by job title, descriptions, age, demographics, location, etc. So by collecting reliable and accurate data directly from customers, your marketing agencies, marketers can trust more of that data and make sure it's more up to date and reflective of the actual behavior of what your consumers and audiences are doing online. It's going to allow for more engaging customer experiences while maintaining compliance with privacy regulations. Now, the reason that's at the end, because if you look at stuff like interactive marketing and other ways of what I've talked about as other trends, as well as short form content and stuff like that, yes, you're going to have to create more short form content that's more digestible, but you're going to have to be a bit more interactive in terms of how you engage it, because your first party data and collecting first party data is going to be a lot more valuable. Gone are the days where you can just go buy some data or elements like that. So your first party data in terms of the email addresses and contact information you have is going to lead more on the accuracy of your marketing. And I talked about this in terms of, well, what does it mean in terms of actual audience targeting? Well, it's going to be more contextually based. So content focused, demographic focused, as opposed to, data, third party data focused. So bear that in mind. So you'll prioritize your first party data in 2024. It'll be too late by 2025. We have done this. When we sign up to marketing showcases, we pay extra to get the first party data of people that signed up through the website. We also have an element on the website where we get form submissions for SEO audits directly to us. So we're doing things where we can track first party data that we own that's compliant because we're a sponsor. We're entitled to that, and they have to opt in for the data to be shared on the website with partners, etc. First, so there is that option in the form. So we get that data and we're segmenting that data by job titles, and then we'll be able to create campaigns to target individual businesses, sectors, job titles to do that. And I encourage business to do that. I recommend to capture more first party data is to go through all your existing customers, update them, use stuff like newsletters and email outreach, but hold more events and hold more offers and hold more, website events if you want, or physical marketing events where you can capture first party data. That's going to be key. And some money and spend will be spent towards capturing that for the bigger brands, but the smaller brands will have to do that effectively. So they're my 6 trends. So just to summarize, so the first one is AI-led digital marketing insights. Second one is social media overtaking search ads. So search-based social ads. AI content dying and human-written content driving. So AI content is dead, long-lived content. Short-form content will be digitally universal. Remember, it's not just going to be short-form video ads. It's going to be shorter podcasts, shorter website copy, etc. Interactive marketing will play a key role in driving further customer engagement and driving attention from your ideal audience. And with a cookie-free world coming, focusing on your first-party data and how that's going to take the lead. So they're my key 6 digital trends. There will be a blog about this on our website coming out as well. So please have a look, and we'll be sharing across all our social media, and there'll be little snippets of everything I've just pushed out into short-form led content that you guys can see. But let me know your thoughts, comments, share your trends for 2024. Do you agree with mine? Is there anything you think that I've missed that we should be focusing on? But they're the 6 that I've seen for now, and I'll revisit this again at the end of the year and see how well I did in comparison, and be monitoring it throughout the year. And I'll be providing individual, podcast insights into each kind of trend as I did last year, and provide more insights. So if you're on YouTube, comment, let me know what your digital trends are. If you're on social media and you see the ad or you're listening to it, get in contact, post it on social media. What is your trend? Don't forget to use the hashtags, hashtag Mr. Bobble, hashtag Ask Bobble, and hashtag BobblePod. Any one of them when you're commenting and posting. And before I go, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. We are taking a bit of a break after our digital trends. We have a new website launching, which is where a lot of our focus can be, so we can build a dedicated a landing page for our Bobble Pod content as well. So that launches in March 2024. So we'll be coming back to our podcasts in early spring, so end of March, in terms of recording with a new format, new strategy in terms of what we're going to do and how we're going to take that forward, as well as launching the Mr. Bobble personal brand that we have ideas. So a lot of exciting stuff coming in Q1. Keep an eye out. Thank you to everyone who's been listening continuously for the last 18 months on our weekly episodes. We're just taking a short break as we re-strategize and update our content, imagery, branding, and come back with a newer, revised, improved way in line with some of the trends I've mentioned, but in line with what you've asked for as well. So we'll see you in a few weeks' time, a couple of months at the most, before we're back. And if in the meantime, there is a bank of 100 plus episodes on all our platforms about everything digital marketing that you can look up and read into. And we can't wait to be back with a bang at the end of Q1 2024. Thank you for listening.